Dentinogenesis, formation of dentine and its structure, compositions, types. Hello, salam, I am Dr. Usman Ali Khan. This video will be divided into two parts. In the first part of this video, we will talk about the structure, the composition and types of dentin. And in the second part of this video about dentinogenesis, or the process of dentin formation. Dentin is the second mineralized tissue of the tooth lying immediately under the enamel. And it makes up the bulk of a tooth. It's harder than bone but softer than enamel. It's made up of 70% of inorganic material, that is hydroxyapatite crystals, and 20% of organic material. The collagenous and non-collagenous proteins contribute to its organic part, with the collagenous proteins making up 90% of its organic part. And the non-collagenous proteins, which makes up only 10% of its organic part. Also noted that the remaining 10% of dentin is made up of water. The collagenous proteins is mainly type 1 collagen with small amounts of type 3 and type 5 collagen in it. The non-collagenous proteins of its organic part is made up of a wide range of proteins. Like dentin phosphoproteins, dentin celluloproteins, dentin glycoproteins and dentin matrix protein. And also some other types of proteins. These non-collagenous proteins fills up the space in between the colla proteins. Upon a closer look, the dentin is composed of tiny closely packed and fluid-filled tubules occupying the entire thickness of the dentin. The cytoplasmic extension of each odontoblast lies inside each tubule, with their cell bodies. Aligned at the inner aspect of the dentin or at the outer aspect of the pulp. The part of the dentin lying in between the tubules is called the intertubular dentin. While the part of it surrounding each tubule is called peritubular dentin. Dentin is divided into three main types called the primary physiologic dentin, the secondary physiologic dentin and the tertiary dentin. Also called the reparative dentin or the reactionary dentin. The primary physiologic dentin is further divided into the mantle dentin and the circumpulpal dentin. The mantle dentin is the first form and the outermost layer of the dentin, lying close. to the dentino-enamel junction at the crown level and the dentino-cemental junction at the level of the root. This mantle dentin is relatively less mineralized when compared to other parts of dentin. And its fibers are perpendicular to dentino-enamel junction at the crown while parallel to the dentino-cemental junction in the root. Its thickness varies from 15 to 20 micrometers. The secondary dentin lies close to the pulp chamber. Its formation begins after the root of a tooth is completely formed and is formed slowly. Throughout life with its greatest content located at the roof and floor of pulp chamber. It has few dentinal tubules when compared to other areas of the dentin. The circumpalpal dentin is the part of the dentin lying in between the secondary and the mantle dentin. It forms the bulk of a tooth. Its fibers are parallel to the dentino-enamel junction. It has a maximum number of dentinal tubules and is highly mineralized when compared to other types of dentin. The tertiary dentin deposits at localized sites after any injury, like caries or restorative procedures. Its rate of deposition is directly proportional to the degree of injury at that site. Dentinogenesis, or the process of dentin formation, occurs at the late Bell stage by the differentiated cells of the dental papilla called the odontoblasts. The differentiation of the underlying cells of the dental papilla into preodontoblasts occurs under the influence of the signaling molecules and growth factors released from the undifferentiated dentin cells of the inner enamel epithelium. The other one will remain indifferentiated in the pulp of a trip, which can be activated any time by an external stimulus. After the pre-amyloblast becomes the mature amyloblast and enters into its initial secretory phase. The newly differentiated odontoblasts will lay down the dentinal matrix at the end of its cytoplasmic extensions. This first layer of unmineralized dentinal matrix is called the mantle pre-denting. The word pre-denting refers to the unmineralized dentinal matrix. As soon as the pre-denting mineralizes, it will become the mature dentin. After this first layer of mantle dentin is formed, the amyloblasts will lay down the initial layer of enamel matrix. As soon as the pre-odontoblast grows into the mature odontoblast, it moves away from newly formed dentinal matrix or pre-dentin and develops a cytoplasmic process called Toombs fiber. Please keep in mind that Toombs fiber belongs to odontoblast while Toombs process belongs to amyloblasts. And these two are not the same. At this point, The amyloblasts will be in its secretory phase, and will lay down the enamel matrix for the rod and internod enamel. The mantle pre-denting mineralizes to mantle dentin, and the mature odontoblasts will lay down another layer of dentinal matrix called the pre-denting. And in this way, a layer of pre-denting is always present between the odontoblasts and the mineralization front. If you think this video was helpful, please like, subscribe, share and comment if you have any questions.